What is up, you sexy mofos? DP here. It's been almost 2 years since I did my last Arma 3 Battle Royale guide. It's an absolute shame that people are still watching that video with over 12,000 views. I just thought it is now time to update the guide because there's so many new people coming into the game and the mod is just bursting with enthusiasm. Season 1 finale, Season 2 finale. There's definitely a lot of hype behind the mod and I am so happy for it. And after making 2 solid guides, a beginner's and also an intermediate, I'm gonna show everyone now how to rank up the fastest, easiest way, gear selection, and the quickest way to the top.
I see him. I'm gonna kill him. I think I'm gonna grenade him. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Don't kill him.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, so let's start with the basics, and that's gear. I'm not going to run through every single piece of gear because we're just not going to talk about useless items that you're never going to need or use. We're only going to talk about the most important gear that you're going to need to survive to the end. First things first, let's talk about clothing. You have 5 options there. 2 of the best are Woolly Pulley Green and the Woolly Pulley Brown because they have the most carry capacity. The next step up would be Recon Fatigues Hex and Recon Fatigues Urban CSAT. And last but not least is the Ghillie Suit CSAT. They all have the same armor rating. And speaking of armor, you've got 4 options really. 3 that are non-crate and 1 that is considered a crate item only. The first option is the CTRG Plate Carry Rig MK1 Light. Second option, the GA Carrier Light. The third option, which has the most carry capacity, which is the Carrier Light Black. The fourth option, which is a crate option, is the Special Rig, which you can only get from the crate loot. Now, the Tactical Vest is not an option. The Raven's Vest is garbage. The Press Vest is garbage. The Police Vest is garbage. Your boyfriend's fancy red shmag is garbage. Now I'm still on the fence about the whole helmet thing, but the only one that does matter is called the Defender's Helmet. If you can find it, great. If not, slap on a rank 7 beanie. What could possibly go wrong? Alright, now let's talk about the brass tacks. Let's talk about weapons. As you can see, according to this chart right here, all the 5.56 weapons are scaled over here, 6.5 over here. I'm obviously not going to get into the SMGs, the crate weapons, the 7.62s, the shotgun. I'm only going to go through the ones that matter the most. In my humble opinion, in the 5.56 range, the best ones that I know of that work for me are the Mark 16 sniper variant, the Mark 20 EGLM, and the TRG-21. I personally do not like the new M4 nor the G36A. I just don't like the CQC scope on this gun. As you can see, the 6.5 caliber weapons are the hardest hitting. If you can find one of these, great. You've got 4 choices: the Katiba 6.5, the Katiba Carbine, the Katiba GL, and the MX. Of course, the Katiba, just the regular Katiba 6.5 being the hardest hitting one out of all of these. I'm gonna leave a link for this DPS chart for you guys in the description below as well. Now, let's talk about the most important thing about Battle Royale, and that is ranking up. There is one thing I want to mention though, is that I am not claiming to be the best player in Battle Royale, nor the worst. I've got well over 5,000 hours in the game, 2 years of actually just playing the mod itself, and well over 400 wins in that time. I wanted to make this guide to help people rank up fast, because the old one is obsolete. This was before the ranking system was even made. With that in mind, I'm going to show you the path of least resistance from getting from the bottom of the list all the way perhaps to the top 100. And the easiest way to do that is by playing on Boscada solo servers. Let me explain. Boscada is not a huge map. However, it's not as big as Altis, and it's definitely not as small as Stratus. Wake doesn't even count because it's not even ranked. What Boscada has that Stratus nor Altis have is a lot of real estate and a lot of good places to hide. Yes, that is correct. There are some people that I know that have ranked up quite easily by just playing hide and go seek. Alright, so let's take a look at the map, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark all the high risk, high reward areas for you, where you have the best possible chance of getting all the best loot. Now, that is entirely up to you if you choose to go to these areas. Airfield, you can be easily tracked and killed. Of course, you might even end up getting trapped in here if you don't have a car. The same thing goes with comm towers, which is up here, communications, and Marquez. This part of Marquez is a fairly big area. It's a fairly big part of the city. You could easily come out of here with some good loot. Not the best, but definitely not the worst. In my humble opinion, it's best to stay somewhere safe in the middle. You'll always be safer in the middle by hitting some conservative random houses. You might want to look for houses that are close to the roads, because that way you could even find yourself a car, so that when the circle does spawn, you can easily ride your way to the center. The name of this game is getting to the finals with the path of least resistance. My advice to anyone that's trying to rank up fast and at the same time learning how to play the game would be find a house that's somewhere in the center of the circle at any given time and just sit tight. That is the best thing that you can do and the quickest way for you to rank up, because believe me, you will survive. What would you prefer? This? Or this? This? Or this? Do we get the point now? The path of least resistance. Now that doesn't mean that someone else isn't going to do the same to you. You just have to make sure that if you're going to camp out in a house, that you're going to have to clear it first. Also, it's really important that if you're going to apply these strategies, it is key in fact that you know where the weak spots are of each individual building. That way you don't have to worry about people shooting you through doors. This strategy works so well that sometimes you won't even have to kill anyone. It works so well that all you have to do is sit inside of a house and wait for the last two idiots to find each other and kill each other. Well, that's it for this episode. I hope you found the guide fun, informative, and useful. And if you did, please be sure to leave me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. As always, stay strong, fam. I miss you guys. I'll see you in the next episode.